Yeah.
For starters, how does this one feel, Steve?
Yeah, it feels pretty good. The way I just kind of hung in there today, didn't really start off all that great. Hit some wayward shots, just kind of managed my game a little bit, getting it around. Didn't really feel good about what I was doing. My swing just felt off. Made some good up and downs to keep the round going, and and then made a really silly bogey in the middle of the fairway at number 12. I had 100 yards, flew it over the green, made a bad bogey, and then I just told Nikki, I said, we're still in this, and we'll just keep our head down and keep plugging. And next thing you know, I rattled off 4 birdies. So that was the whole difference of the tournament right there. It's just, and you know what, I just having a good attitude today. When things like I felt weren't going right, that I just kept plugging along, and things turned around. I did some good things coming in.
How about the approach on 18? I mean, you had the one-shot lead, and you hit that beautifully. The pressure was on, really.
Yeah, and I didn't know what Quigley did in front of me or any of those guys did in front of me. So I knew, I just still needed to make a par. So it was important to hit a smart shot and a safe shot, and then I kind of waited to finally see the board, and I saw that he made birdie there. So the hardest thing is just trying to two-putt. I knew I'd win with a two-putt, and that's a tough mentality. So I did it though, and it was pretty sweet to win here.
When you see all 3 rounds, just the top 10, just changing constantly by the hour, did that kind of give you confidence even more to be like, hey, I'm still in it?
Yeah, and that's the way it is out here. You're always in it. You can rattle off some birdies. Leaders sometimes, in any golf tournament, whether it's on the PGA Tour or this tour or anywhere else in the world, that it's hard to play with a lead, and guys will kind of stall out, and if you can just keep hanging in there, and you never know when things like those 4-hole stretch for me, what happened to me today was the difference. So you just never know when that's going to come. So you just got to keep plugging, and hopefully things turn around, and that's what happened.
Steve, you played here probably a bunch of times during the Buick Open days. What does it mean to win at a course like this with the history that it has with the PGA Tour?
Yeah, it's got a great history here, great champions from past Buick Opens, and I don't know how many times I played here, but I definitely was here. It's been a while since I've been here. I'm looking forward to coming back already, but it's a storied history here at Warwick Hills, and the community here opens up their doors for us, and the club, the Brody family, the sponsors with Ally and McLaren, and it's just it's a special event because it's like old school PGA Tour golf right here in these smaller communities, and we had one in Milwaukee for a lot of years too, so it has that similar feel. So it's great to be the champion here.
You played an excellent round yesterday. A few birdies, a smidge or two short of the tournament record. What was your mentality processing what happened yesterday, and how did you kind of take that in today to, obviously win the whole thing?
Yeah, I think, it's always hard to follow up a low round with another low round, and I was it's the way I started off. I was pretty sluggish, and I really didn't have a lot of good shots in me there to start with. But again, just keep your wits about you out here, in any golf event, and not beat yourself up and not get down too much. And I did a better job of that this week, and just staying present and trying to do what I could control, and trying to hit some better shots on the way in, and I did, and made some putts. So it all came together.
You talk about making some putts. So you hit a birdie on, I think it was 4. That was a pretty long distance shot. Did you feel like that gave you some momentum, or did you feel like pretty good throughout?
I didn't feel very good early on. I just, I didn't know which, I was hitting too big of hooks. I was pulling them a little bit. I didn't have the wind right on a few shots. Just really didn't, wasn't thinking very well, to be quite honest with you. And so I'm proud of the way I hung in there, really, and just kept plugging along.
Steve, was it a pretty cool week for the family? Last week, your daughter gets through, first stage, and then this week you win.
Right. Yeah, it's. I've seen a lot of golf lately. Our family's been going through a lot of golf lately. I caddied for Bobby last week, and that was probably cooler than this. Just to to be a part of what she did and to see the enjoyment and the excitement on her face, knowing that she's going on to the next stage, means a lot to a dad. So that was pretty cool. Like I said, I think that was cooler than today. So we've had some fun the last few weeks, and hopefully we can continue that going.
Steve, some guys can get really stubborn when something's not working and not ask for that advice, but for you to reach out to Jerry, how important was that?
Yeah, and we're friends, you know, we go back a long ways, and you know, we help each other out over the years, and we know each other's putting stroke, and that's what it kind of comes down to, is looking at each other. And like I said, I helped him out a few months ago, and then he helped me out here on Friday night. So, and you know, he's just a great guy. Our families are friends, and we help each other out when we can, and what he did for me on Friday meant a lot, and it means a lot, and it proved to be the difference, really, because I started making some putts after that.
Can you just explain for us again, just quickly, what exactly?
Yeah, it was just an alignment thing, pretty much, more than anything, and then really my grip was on a little bit weak, because I felt like I had to strengthen the club in my hand to correct that alignment. So then the ball started rolling, then I could start going down my line a little bit better and easier, and I just was having a hard time finding the club face, you know, with the putter. It was shooting in all different directions, you know, right and left, and I just didn't have any consistency. And so as soon as we worked with that, and Jerry helped me, and Nikki was there looking, and there's like, yeah, that's way better. So, and it clicked with me, and I was off and running.
All right.